What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to try out the infamous robe curls that is so popular on TikTok. Now you're supposed to do this on clean hair, and so I went ahead and cleansed and conditioned my hair right in the shower, and then I went ahead and hit it with the dryer just a little bit to try to dry some of it. But with me having naturally curly hair, I definitely felt like I needed a little extra dampness in there so that it would dry more smooth out. And I did go in with the Olaplex No. 7 oil. This is the first time that I'm using this oil, and I thought that maybe that would help smooth out any frizzies as my hair began to dry. I definitely need to test out this oil a little bit more. Like I said, I just got it. This is the first time that I'm trying it out. Okay, now I have my robe wrap, whatever you want to call it, and this is what I have seen in several different videos. They kind of tie one side away and then they start on one side. So I'm taking the front piece and then I'm going to pull it around the robe, and then I'm going to grab another piece and add that in with that one piece and then wrap that around the robe, and then you just continue to do this. It's really, really simple, honestly. I mean, it's almost like too simple, but I mean, everyone's results seem to turn out so amazing. So I was so excited to try this out on my naturally curly hair. One thing I do want to note is that all the videos that I see are with girls that have straight hair doing this, and they start with their hair pretty much completely dry, and then they'll spray it with a water bottle, just a few squirts and just to dampen the hair, and then they wrap it. But having naturally curly hair, I know if I let my hair air dry, it's going to air dry frizzy if I don't have any product or anything in it. So that's why I'm going in with my hair a little more damp, and I just figured that it'll take my hair a little bit longer to dry. Now, another thing I want to note is that I cannot sleep with anything like this in my hair, and I know most people that do this challenge are putting it in their hair and then sleeping in it, but I did this early in the day so that I had the entire day to let my hair air dry, and so I gave it a good 8 hours before taking it out, and obviously you'll see the results soon. But I went ahead and put everything into like this bun formation because I had to go out and run errands and do things, so I didn't want to look too crazy, even though I still look crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. But so I went ahead and did the same exact thing to the other side. And since this is literally the same exact thing I did on the other side, I'm going to fast forward through this because I think by now you guys get the gist of how it's done. Now everything is all wrapped and good to go. Now it's just time to just wait for it to dry. And like I said, I did this early in the day. It was probably around 1 o'clock when I did this. Now it has been a good 8 hours later. I believe it was like 9 o'clock at night. And I was certain, I mean, even feeling it, that it was definitely dry. But as I started to unravel it and take it down, it definitely felt a little bit damp in where it's kind of twisted in there. So what I decided to do is go ahead and hit it with the blow dryer for a few minutes just to try to dry any of the areas that were still a little bit damp. But I mean, I felt like giving it 8 hours, like if you went to sleep, you're only going to sleep for about 8 hours. You know what I mean? So I really thought that it would be dry, but I guess because I started with a little more damper hair than what the other girls usually start with, I guess that's why mine is still not completely dry. So this was my kind of little fix for it, or so I thought. I went ahead and dried it for a few more minutes and then went ahead and started to unravel it to see what I was working with. And I'm not going to lie, initially when I first unraveled it, I was feeling good about it. It was looking pretty good. But then as I started to kind of feel around my hair, I definitely felt like it was still a little damp. And as you can see, it like immediately started to just fall. And you could tell that my hair was still just a little bit damp. And this style definitely needs to be 100% dry. So then I was really bummed. I mean, look at my hair. It just looks like a hot mess. So, but then I had the idea that since my hair was still kind of damp, but mostly dry, that maybe if I just wrap it again and wait a few more hours, that it would be okay. So I went ahead and wrapped it again, as you can see, and this time I just left it down so hopefully it could dry a little bit quicker without being in the buns. And no kidding, I waited until 1 o'clock that night because I knew I could not sleep with these. I waited 4 more hours to let them dry absolutely 100%, and now they were definitely 100% dry. So now I'm just taking them down and getting super excited because now I can tell that they're dry and I might actually have something to work with here. All right, and now the robe wrap comes off and we see what we actually are left with here, and I definitely feel like it did a decent job. Definitely still have quite a bit of frizz, so I'm not sure how I would get rid of that with having naturally curly hair, but I love the way that it looks from the front. I did start to just separate the curls and kind of massage the scalp area so that it's not so flat to my head. But here's the front. I think it turned out really, really nice. But again, the back, not so much. I definitely feel like the back stayed pretty frizzy. As you can see here right in the middle, it's very, very frizzy. But from the front, it looks good. So if I just make sure that no one sees me from the back, I'll be good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know if you have tried the robe curls. I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.